In the heart of one of the world's most prosperous cities, thousands of people live a life unimaginable to many. A life hidden from the glossy skyline and bright lights of Hong Kong, inside the suffocating, decrepit confines of what are known as coffin homes. These small, windowless rooms, sometimes no larger than a closet, are where people are forced to live, often for years. They are called coffin homes for a reason. Just as a coffin is small, confined, and a place where people are left to lie, these rooms trap individuals in a cycle of poverty, isolation, and despair. A city famous for its towering skyscrapers, Hong Kong's Inequality is also one of the sharpest in the world. The relentless rise in property prices has made it nearly impossible for the city's low-income residents to afford a proper home. For them, coffin homes are their only option. These rooms, some as small as 10 square feet, are rented for as little as HKD 1,000 a month. But the cost comes at an unbearable price. The walls are thin, and privacy is a luxury few can afford. These homes are often shared by multiple tenants, making it impossible to escape the noise, the stifling heat, or the oppressive atmosphere. For the elderly, migrant workers, and those who have fallen through the cracks of Hong Kong's economy, a coffin home becomes a grim necessity. Some residents have to endure living in these cramped spaces for decades, with no hope of escape. The conditions are inhumane. Mold and grime cling to the walls, and ventilation is scarce. The air is heavy with the stench of sweat and despair. Despite these harsh conditions, many residents have nowhere else to turn. Some have given up hope of ever finding a better place. Others have simply accepted this as their new reality. What makes this situation even more tragic is that Hong Kong's booming economy continues to grow. The city's wealth, power, and influence on the global stage only seem to amplify the divide between the haves and the have-nots. For every luxury apartment or high-end shopping mall, there are thousands living in the shadows, forced into these suffocating spaces. In a city where the richest live in opulence, it's hard to imagine that in the same streets, entire families and individuals are trapped in what feels like a never-ending nightmare. Yet, some try to make the most of it, adapting to their situation, forging connections with neighbors who share the same struggles. In the cramped corridors and confined spaces of coffin homes, a sense of solidarity emerges. People living here have no choice but to rely on one another, forming bonds that help them navigate the hardship and emotional toll of life in these places. But no matter how much they adapt, the fact remains, living in a coffin home is not a solution. It's a painful reminder of the city's inability to provide affordable housing for its most vulnerable. As the world watches, Hong Kong's struggle with its housing crisis remains a haunting paradox, a tale of wealth and prosperity on the surface, but beneath it, a deepening divide that leaves many to suffer in silence. In the shadows of Hong Kong's glittering towers, thousands of lives remain confined to spaces barely big enough to breathe. This is life inside Hong Kong's suffocating and decrepit coffin homes. If you have enjoyed this video and want to learn more amazing things, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next one.